5 days ago, I came across an Ali Abdaal video where he was talking about his 10 favorite journaling prompts. I was looking for some new prompts because I just kind of picked up the habit of journaling again, and I was feeling like I lacked a clarity in my goal. So in today's video, I want to share that journaling prompt with you. I want to help you understand why having clarity on your goals is so important, and a couple of action steps that you can take that I took myself that helped me finally start making progress towards those goals. I've been writing on Twitter and Medium for about 7 months now and haven't really gotten to where I thought I would be at this point. And the funny thing about it is 7 months ago, I didn't even want to write for Twitter or Medium. I wanted to be a YouTuber. The problem was I was very overwhelmed with creating a YouTube video. The idea of writing a script, editing videos, doing graphics, animations, sitting in front of a camera and speaking, I had no experience, so it just was also overwhelming. And so what my initial thought was well, maybe if I just start by writing on Twitter and Medium and getting my toes dipped into the water of content creation through writing, then eventually I could work up to creating YouTube videos. And so that's what I've been doing for the past 7 months. And along the way, I've made a few videos here and there, but I haven't really dove into the YouTube game. The point is there was a journaling prompt in this video that really reset my focus and gave me clarity on the direction that I need to be going in forward, and I wanted to share it with you because I think it could actually benefit anybody who tries this journaling prompt out. And it was a very simple one. It was, what is the goal and what is the bottleneck preventing me from achieving it? And that question, it's so simple. It cuts through all the bullshit, all the noise, and it gets right to the point of what do you want and why aren't you able to get it? Like, what's in the way? What's the obstacle? What is the friction point that's stopping you from doing it? And my goal was to create YouTube videos. It was not to grow a Twitter following. But somehow, here I am 7 months later, and I've been doing the Twitter grind, and I haven't even posted as much as more than one video on YouTube. So those two things just don't add up, right? So if you think about it, if I had just done this journaling prompt, I don't know, once a month, along the way, I would have clearly realized that I'm on the wrong path. We don't have an internal orientating device, humans. So if we were stuck in the woods and we couldn't see a peak or a horizon anywhere, we would end up just walking in circles forever. And it's only when you see a peak, a mountain in the distance, that you have something to orient yourself to and walk towards. And that's what this journaling prompt unlocked for me, is it gave me a mountaintop, like, hey, remember what you said? You wanted to do the YouTube thing. Why are you walking towards the Twitter mountain? It wasn't adding up. So that's step one, is to do this, try out this journaling prompt and gain some clarity on what it is that you're trying to work towards. Because again, if you don't have clarity on it, if you don't know what mountain you're walking towards, you might end up a completely different place than you wanted to be. Time's gonna go by and you're gonna have no one to blame but yourself, like the situation I'm in right now. The second step after that is to make these goals more achievable. The reason that I was putting off the task of creating YouTube videos is because it was very daunting and overwhelming. I was thinking, God, I'm gonna have to write a YouTube script, I gotta come up with these amazing ideas, and there's all these great creators out there like Ryan Trahan, who do these personal stories weaved into these fun ideas, and I just didn't even know where to start, right? So I did the Twitter thing instead because it just seemed easier. And the sad part is growing an account on Twitter is not any easier. It's a totally different game that you're playing. If I had just started doing the thing, YouTube, I would have made far more progress on that. Another concept I got from an Ali Abdaal video is there's something called B equals math. It's a graph by Dr. something Fogg from Stanford University. And essentially what it shows is that when motivation is high, hard tasks are achievable. Like when we're really motivated, we'll do the hard work. When a task is really easy and we have low motivation, we'll still do it because it's achievable. But what happens when you have low motivation and the task is hard? You don't do it. You don't take action. The motivation is not strong enough to cause the behavior to occur. So you can either increase your motivation, which is really hard to do, or you can decrease the difficulty of the task. So lower the bar for what's acceptable to get started, right? See, when I first was looking at YouTube videos, I was thinking I had to do these big, grand, amazing YouTube videos. What I've since realized is I had that bar way too high. The bar was way too high. What I needed to do is what I'm doing right now. Lower the bar, turn on the camera, and just talk to it about what I want to create content about. I'm just talking to you, giving you lessons that I learned from watching an Ali Abdaal video and journaling about my goals. So that maybe you can take that journal prompt and gain more clarity on your goals. And then maybe you can lower the bar like I'm recommending, and maybe you can finally start doing the thing that you've been putting off because you've made the task easier and more achievable because your motivation isn't quite as high as it needs to be to achieve those goals. So if there's something that's holding you back, if your bottleneck is that the thing is overwhelming, then you need to find a way to make that task easier to do so that it doesn't require as much motivation to get it done. And that would be the third thing that I recommend, is that create an action plan to achieve these goals. Once you've decided what the thing is, how you're going to lower that bar and make it a little bit easier to achieve, then you really got to write it down when it's going to get done. Because Parkinson's law is this interesting concept where work fills the time allotted for it. So if you have 2 weeks to write a paper, it's going to take the 2 weeks to write the paper. And then if you don't have a deadline, let's just say I say write a paper for me, and there's no deadline, well, that could take anywhere from 4 weeks to 8 weeks to 12 weeks till I give you a call and I'm like, yo, dude, where's that paper? So Parkinson's law is seen as kind of like a negative thing, but it can be utilized in your own favor by setting your own schedule and your own deadlines for tasks. It creates a forcing function for you to get things done that you said you'd get done. I've been doing 15 minutes of journaling in the morning, and I write out a schedule, kind of like a loose schedule, but I try to stick to it, where I have my key lever moving tasks I'm going to do for the day. So that for me, that would be writing for an hour, and then, maybe working on some design work or something like that. And then after that, it's a little bit looser, I'll work out, I'll eat stuff, whatever, doesn't matter. The thing is I've written it down. So as soon as I start to get distracted, I look at it and I go, hey, remember from noon to 1, we're supposed to be writing, and it gets me back on track. And it's the same thing with a deadline. If you say, okay, this week I'm going to get a YouTube video done. This week I'm going to do this thing. And you put it on the calendar. Once that date starts coming up, you go, oh man, it's Sunday. I said I was going to post this video on Tuesday. I better get to work. And that's exactly how this video came to be. I'm sitting here, it's Tuesday morning, and on my journaling schedule thing, it said, Wednesday, you're going to have a new YouTube video up. And remember, I said I was going to lower the bar, and I said I was going to walk to that YouTube mountain. So this is me doing it right now. What is the goal? What is the bottleneck? Give it a shot. It might just give you the clarity you need to get your creator goals reached. See you next time.